Shut up! Shut up!
What's up, guys? It's AJ from Stereo Noise Magazine. I'm here with Davey from Vanna.
Hey guys, how's it going?
Now, let's start off with the obvious. All Hell
Sure.
came out about a week and a half ago.
A week and a few days. Yep.
Week and a few days. And what's the overall feedback you're getting from the tour so far?
It's pretty overwhelming. Every day as I wake up to a brand new set of tweets and status updates and Instagrams and everything about all these kids. Really digging the record. We started selling it before it came out. We started selling it day one of Warped. So we've been getting it to kids when they come to Warped for $5 every day. And then more and more as the days go on, the more kids know the words, more kids are hyped on it. It's been a really overwhelming response. It's cool. Kids are actually like buying this record. We did a cool video with a bunch of our friends on why it's important to buy bands' records, and they all listened, and it's been really going well. So we're excited about the response. Like I said, it's been very overwhelming.
Now, you mentioned before that the album was recorded, as well as I believe Void was recorded here in New Jersey.
In New Jersey.
What's the connection with New Jersey?
Well, the producer that we worked with, his studio's in New Jersey, but it's just, I feel like because the area that we were in, it gave me a time to like really sit down and write lyrics and be by myself. Jersey's not an area that I necessarily, especially the part that we were in, I have like a huge social life in or anything like that, and it kind of gave me like a cool like little like peacefulness, solace to be able to write this record, and especially the space where we stay in New Jersey. It's kind of secluded. It's actually in the woods, and we really get to kind of like really concentrate on the music and the lyrics. So plus like I feel like people from Jersey are just like people from Boston. We're the same kind of like loud, sarcastic, almost rude, really aggro about our sports teams kind of people. So I feel very at home when I'm here.
Gotcha. So my other question here, tying kind of your personal life into the record, where's the connection between All Hell, even Void, into the Find Yourself movement?
Yeah, that's a great question actually. When I wrote Void, and I sat down with the band before we even wrote anything, and was like, if we do this is taking a step into a whole new world that I'm actually kind of scared of. I'm actually kind of nervous. Never really shared like those personal things about myself before, and in doing it, it opened up my world to a whole new, a whole another world. I started speaking at schools. That's a direct result of writing Void and having people hear it, and having people think that I maybe need to share my story more. So that's what I kind of started doing. Is I started the Find Your Shovel campaign, and I started touring around schools and speaking. And then now since then, that's been over 3 years, and since then, now I've learned so much from these kids. I've learned so much from traveling around and hearing the little stories, and in writing All Hell, if Void was sort of the confessions of all the things I've ever put myself through or gone through, and depression, anxiety, suicide, any of that kind of stuff, All Hell is 10 anthems of the way I feel now about situations in life, and I want to be proud of them. I am proud of who I am. I'm proud of where I came from, not just like physically like my location, but I'm proud of the depression that I battled through. I'm proud of my friends who held me up. I'm proud of the fact that I'm a stronger individual now, and that I'm happier at the same time. These are 10 songs for kids to be proud of. I feel like so often we tend to take our past and bury it and not talk about, even though we're better people for it now, when I think that we should be celebrating it and talking about it and being proud of not only the triumphs but all the failures, because that's who we are, and that's what brought us here. So All Hell is a declaration of being proud of the good and the bad, the hell that we've gone through to become the people that we are.
Now, was Wounded Young directly written from your trips to these schools, and it's kind of a culmination of what you saw?
Yeah, I'm glad that you could pick that up from it. I was hoping that people would. Wounded Young is a song about all the kids that I've gotten to see. I broke it down into two various types of people in a high school. The kid that has no friends and family is not real for him, and every day he just gets bullied and pushed around and wants to give up because he thinks that no one is there for him. And then the other side of it is a very like popular kid who has all the pressures of high school and his parents and his family resting on his shoulders, and how he wants to give up because he doesn't feel like he's being truly who he is. And the whole song is sort of I'm like sort of the maestro behind the song. It's almost not even me singing it. It's almost not even me telling the story. It's these kids, and it's me as an adult saying that like I was wounded young as well. You know what I mean? And wounded young to then become fixed and put together adults, and that there's hope in that, and that we need to kind of come together instead of thinking we're so different. The unpopular kid and the popular kid, you're not so different. Your problems might be different, but you feel the same way. And the only way to come together the only way to make it through is to come together and help each other out through this whole scenario. And you know, it's almost like a puzzle. The things that this one kid needs might be the things that this kid has, but what this kid doesn't have, this kid might need. So if we come together, it could work like a puzzle. We can get through it and become, fixed adults instead of wounded young. So it's the same story that rings true every school I go to. The problems are slightly different, but everyone has the same range of emotions. And I just started that song's derivative of my kids' notes they've given me, or talks that I've had with them at the school. So that song's like directly related to getting to know kids in high schools these days.
So getting out here in Warped Tour, talking to the new fans, as well as speaking at schools, which I'm sure you got plenty of fans from that experience.
Sure.
Oh, what's the band? Oh, can I get a CD? Can I get a shirt?
Sure.
I'm sure that happened.
Yep.
But we also noticed in your live performances the way that you're able to interact with the crowd. You're telling them they're the outcasts. We're here for a reason. This is where we let loose. This is where we have fun. How do you deal with being kind of veterans of the road now, bringing in the new fan base as well as kind of bringing the diehard Vanna fans into a whole circle and kind of blending them in?
If you watch, and you've watched us play before, I start by just trying to have everybody have fun. I want everybody to let loose. This is Warped Tour. This is the day you've waited for all year. Just because we play one a day doesn't mean that we haven't waited for it. I've been waiting for Holmdel, New Jersey for weeks now. I love this place. The last time we played here 2 years ago, we closed out the stage and we had a signing line that the security had to end up shutting everything down, It's the best day ever. So I want to start off by having everyone have a great time. Once you start having a good time, you're not realizing what people's like gender, sexualities, like clothing, like anything. You're not realizing what people like look like or what they do. You're just having fun and you're letting loose with people around. I watch these kids that don't know each other. Someone falls down, everybody picks them back up. Someone wants to crowd surf, they put them up. Like it becomes this family, it becomes this little community. And then at the end, I get to sit down and be like, look around, look what we did today. You guys don't know each other. We got old Vanna fans here, and they get it. The ones that have been here for a while, they know what's up. If you've been with our band for long enough, you know what you're gonna get with us. And the new ones, well, they're welcomed in by all the old ones. Like I always say, welcome to the dysfunctional family that is Vanna, because that's what we are. We're a family. And by the end of the set, there's people like arm in arm that they don't even know each other. And I think that sometimes people might look at us and go, oh, you're a metal band, hardcore band, whatever, and like that doesn't happen at hardcore shows. Hardcore shows are about violence and all this other stuff, and it's like, no, man, hardcore and punk and metal started because we were the outcasts and we needed a place to call our own, and this is where we call our own. This is where we have the freedom. This is where you can come with your blue hair, and I can come with my tattoo on my face, and come with your gauge years, and yet we're all here for the same reason, because that's what Warped Tour started as, and I'm a living proof of it. I've been going to Warped Tour since I was 12 years old. I am living proof that this is what this community is supposed to be for. Let's have some fun. Let's punch some things. Let's run around. Let's sweat. Let's take our shirts off. Let's be idiots. But at the same time, let's remember, we're all family here. There's no judgment. There's no hostility. There's no hatred. There's plenty of that in the world. We don't need that here. So I think that if you come see a Vanna set, whether you've seen it a million times or it's your first time, I think you get it right away. And I feel like it's not just our band. I feel like there's lots of bands fostering some change in the music scene to make sure that kids feel safe where they are.
Now, you mentioned change. We'll be wrapping up a little bit here. A couple more questions. You mentioned change. Now, there was obviously a transition between And They Came Bearing Bones to Void.
Sure.
Now, do you think that also catapulted the band? Again, in a different direction, but popularity, I think the switch to Pure Noise as well, also kind of just skyrocketed the band, in our opinion.
I think that right at that time in my life, I was going through a change where I was sick of being a miserable human being. I was sick of being sarcastic all the time. I was sick of making fun of people. I was sick of just thinking I was better, and it wasn't the real me. And that was residuals from before I joined Vanna. And you're right, there was a huge shift. In signing to Pure Noise, I wanted to do something real and honest. I got to know Jake from Pure Noise on 2012 Warped Tour. I hung out with him, and I just felt like his label was nothing. They were nothing at the time. They were small. They're a small label that he started because he loves vinyl, and I wanted to work with their label. That was before, Champs blew up and Source So Far blew up, and those bands are. Once again, I want to be part of something real, and those bands are real. They're doing something real, and that was part of it. And we started moving over, and I decided that I think it was time to start writing real music. And not that we weren't writing real stuff before, but I wasn't being honest with myself. And and talking with my band and my wife and people close to me, I decided to start talking about things that were personal. All the stuff.
That was your first open canvas.
Yeah, and dude, I was so scared that everyone was gonna be like, oh, this guy's not cool. He's not a cool guy. He dealt with depression, anxiety, this, that, the other thing. And exactly the opposite happened. It became this by 2014 Warped Tour, by the end of it, we released Void at the beginning, and by the end, Digging, we had become this phenomenon in our band that I didn't have to sing it anymore. I never have to sing that song, which is crazy to me that a song about me struggling to live is something that's given some people hope, and it's not me, it's the story. I have nothing to do with it. I'm not special and important. It's a story that they can attach themselves to, and every time someone says, Digging has got me through so much, Digging is a soundtrack to you getting through what you've gotten through. I'm just so glad that we could be there in the background giving you that encouragement. So I definitely think that we went through a big shift, a big change in the band, and I have a hard time realizing if our band's popular or people like it. I just know that it's important to people, the music, and that's all I really care about. The crowds have gotten bigger, our touring has gotten bigger, everything has gone in the right direction, and I just feel like that's a testament to writing honest music, honest, positive music that I'm not hiding behind anything anymore. And it was scary to try to step out from that, and I thought it was going to fail, but I was ready for it to fail, and I was ready for it to move on past it, but I guess I didn't, and I guess I didn't have to. So.
Any message to the rest of the dates here on Warped Tour?
Pick up All Hell if you can. We have it for $5 on our merch table. If you can't, pick it up, stream it if you can. We just want you to come out and sing with us. It's important that you buy records to support these bands, not just our band. Omarosa has a new record out. Chelsea Green has a new record out. Cole Morale has a new record out. Capsize has a new record out. I'm trying to name all my friends on the store that have a new record. I already said Omarosa. They all have records out. It's important that you buy their records because you're buying a piece of our lives. And for $9 on iTunes, that's 2 lattes at Starbucks. You could go buy a piece of Five Guys' lives. So please buy a record and come sing with us at Warped Tour. That's all we want to do.
Thank you, Davey. Appreciate it.
Appreciate it.
And that's it for Davey of Vanna here on Stereo.